So, like, when I was a kid, I remember I would go to my neighbor's house and he had the Xbox, the original Xbox, and the original Xbox 360, which I now have the original Xbox 360. They gifted it to us when, gosh, it was, how long ago was that? It was a few years back, and they gifted it to me when they got the Xbox One, the first Xbox One. I mean, these guys would get like the like the release day Xbox Ones. Like they'd pre-order these the Xboxes, all of them. I had a PlayStation 2. We broke that. No, a PlayStation 1. We broke that. Got a PlayStation 2. So my family was always PlayStation. The neighbors had Xbox, which had all the Halo exclusives and stuff. And I was like, yes. But I had the PlayStation 2, which is considerably the greatest console of all time. And I'd go to his house. We'd play Halo. He'd come to my house. We'd play Battlefront. You guys remember like Star Wars Battlefront 2? We'd play that at my house. I'd go to his house. We'd play Halo. I remember it was Halo 3 ODST that we would play, and then we'd play Halo 2 on on the Xbox, on the original Xbox in his room with the big box TVs. You remember those? I love that. And then I had a Wii, and I remember my brother one day was playing it without the wrist strap. Never take off the wrist strap. Oh my gosh. And my brother took the wrist strap off and home straight into the TV. He came upstairs. He was upset. Clearly upset, of course. We took packaging tape, that clear plastic packaging tape, and we just taped the screen because it's not like with the big box TVs, they're not individual like pixels and everything. It's a literal light bulb that shines onto. Gosh, this is a lot. For probably people who can't really understand this. The older your your TVs nowadays have pixels, individual pixels that light up. The ones back in the day, I say back in the day, the older ones had a light bulb in the back that you would have to change, and it would shine the picture onto the screen, and it would shine it and flip, so it would flip it back when you saw it. Side note, your eyes see upside down, but we're not going to get into that. And your brain like flips it back. It's kind of weird. But yeah, so I'd go over to his house, and my parents were like ones for like they hate like Call of Duty and that type of stuff. They didn't let my brother play it for ages, but I would always go to his house and we'd play Halo, which is something they would never let my brother do. Never. Um, it's probably the one good thing of being the middle child that I was able to do because I got to play Halo. Probably. Let me see. This was okay. So take 2012, go back about maybe 5 years. I say maybe 2007. It was definitely because I remember I have the Walmart receipt from the Battlefront 2, and it said 2006 on it. So this has got to be around 2007 when we were playing Halo at his house. And oh my gosh, I definitely remember this. So we would play Halo at back in 2007. I was about 6. Yeah, I was about 5 or 6, and I was playing Halo. Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have been playing it at that young of an age. No, it's gotta be 2008, 2009 now that I think about it. No. It had to be first or second grade. It can't be kindergarten. No, it would have been first grade. Yeah, it would have been first grade if it was '07. '07, '08. The details don't matter. But yeah, I'd play Halo. He got Halo Reach sometime around then, and then they moved away. I don't know the exact details of why they moved away, but then we moved up, and and we just got closer to them. And then we go and we talk to them all the time. Not as much as we used to, because we used to live next, like right next to each other. I've lived in 3 houses, but always had fun times. I remember we'd go to, he had his parents had a bar in the basement, and my parents had a bar in the basement, and we always had these like bar glasses. And we were young, so what we did was we'd always have these 2 liters. And yes, our parents did lock the alcohol. Don't even, is that even a question? There's little kids, of course they're gonna lock the cabinet with that. Okay. Um, they had we took the 2 liters of soda and we'd mix them. And I remember one day they had tonic water, and they were like, "You drink tonic water, Carter?" And I'm like, "What's it taste like?" And he's like, "Oh, it's good stuff. Don't worry." Me being not like the elusive kid I was, being probably 2 years younger than these guys, 2 years, 2 years younger than these guys. I was like, "Yeah, sure." I go and I poured it into my Sprite, and I was just like, "You just made it taste watered down," and I drank it. But like, I didn't know. It was just my first experience with tonic water. I was like, "What the is this? What is this? Club soda?" It's hilarious. It. You should have seen the face I made. I remember that. I remember that quite vividly because I was like, this tastes terrible." But good memories of that place. I remember they had a shed. We accidentally killed a mouse, so we buried it in the garden. My parents don't even know about that. His parents don't even know about that, I don't think. But yeah, we buried it in the garden. His garden was like a little box around the side of the shed and the back of the shed, and then my garden was around like the back end of my shed. It was a big garden actually. We would plant corn in that thing. I mean, probably the size of like your average room is probably the size of what we had our um, living room. No, sorry, garden. It was the size of our garden we had at my house. And then we also had these twins who were neighbors, I remember, and they left. Gosh, I'm telling you guys too much good stories. I'm gonna stop it right here. You guys are gonna have to learn this stuff later on. 2 videos, thing in the center, and I messed it up, but whatever. Let's go.